Welcome to another review. This time we're looking at the Roco T2000 combi cars. As you are most likely aware already, these cars are available in several different combinations and paint schemes. And I have three sets here. One of them is still in a box. So let's take a look at it. Classic Roco packaging. Inside the box, the clamshell style packaging and several pages of manual. Hold on to it, you will need it. For application of all the small parts. Inside of the box we have the two cars, two trailers and four sachets full of small parts. My sachets are already open. I was looking at some of the parts. The first thing I noticed is the fact that they are all metal. The entire car chassis are all one piece of injection molded metal, with the exception of the tracks, of course. Just to give you a perspective, I have a pair of Meccano cars, similar design, but they're all plastic and I can easily twist them. And they are not necessarily that much cheaper than the Rocos. So that's a big plus. The cars are quite heavy. Typical for Roco, high quality paint and very nice and crisp lettering and markings. And this is exactly the same model but in Cargonet paint scheme with all the parts and details attached. There are four pouches full of small parts included in every set. Two of the pouches are for the trailers and we'll talk about it later on, and two pouches for the cars. All the small parts are designed to be pressed in to the chassis without the use of glue, both for the cars and the trailers. What I found out from my experience, some of them are working better, some worse. I ended up adding a touch of glue to some of the very small parts to keep them in place and prevent from losing them. So some of the parts you will have to install are the corner steps, the handrails. I don't know how well you can see, there's a set of pipes and valves for pneumatic system, the container plates, the fifth wheel support for the trailer if you decide to use the car in the trailer carrying mode, and we'll talk about it later on. There's some more container plates and the wheel holders to hold the trailers in the spot. There's four of them, and as you can see they are spaced out according to the different length of the trailer and wheel arrangements. You can move them around. They're pressed in. Then in the center part you have the climbing ladders or steps on both cars and the handbrake wheel. And the second car is exactly the same story. You have the container plates on the side, they're plastic pressed in, and the wheel holders. Okay, let's talk about the trailers for a few seconds. Each set is coming with the two trailers, and this is one of them already set up with all the small parts that are coming with the set. You have the small railings here that you have to attach, the crank on the support, the cage with spare tires. This is coming separate, this part here as well, both of the railings, and you can see space left out for a different type of trailers. At the back you have to attach the red lights and the bumpers. There are two different type of rear bumpers, depends on the configuration you want to use. One is higher, one is lower. And here are the three type of trailers which came with my three sets. The mechanical reefer Thermo King refrigeration trailer, DSV for cargo net, now this is the basic configuration of this car with the wheel stoppers here and the fifth wheel support here at the front. As you can see, there are additional openings here. This is soft plastic part. You can move it from here to here, depends on the length of your trailer, and you can adjust the wheel stoppers by installing them in different openings on the floor in the car. Once you have the car configured and you have the trailer ready, it's as easy as just simply dropping them in, and they hold really well. One of the exciting features of this model is the fact that you can convert these cars to either accommodate the trailers or containers. And included with the car, with the small parts, there's a whole bench, actually three sets of container supporting plates. In the trailer mode, you can see one set of the plates attached here to the side of the frame. They're folded against the frame right now. And then if you decide to convert the car to container carrier, there's another set of supports. The second set of plates is designed to be snapped on the top of the frame on the side, and you can see little notches sticking up, which are designed to support the container, and you can see the openings on the corner of a container. These little pieces are going to rest on the frames on the side, and then the little notch here is going right in the corner of the container. There's a number of different spots where you can snap on the supports to accommodate different length of the containers, depends on which ones you want to use. And finally, the last option for narrower containers, included with the small parts, is a set of bars which can be set across the frame, as you can see here, again in different configurations, so you can set up either longer or shorter containers. These supports have a little notch in the middle, and you can rest the container right on the notches here. And if you decide to go back into trailer carrying mode, all you need to do is take off the container supporting plates and snap back on the fifth wheel support, and you are ready to go. And a couple of additional small parts. If you decide not to install the coupler at the end of the last car, you also have the option of installing a number of full-scale hooks and air hoses, as well as air cylinder, air tank, which is designed to go right under the frame here of the front of the car across, and then it will cover the coupler interface. So my personal conclusion: classic Roco execution, solid model, excellent looking on the layout, absolutely fantastic performance, no issues of going through the curves or switches, very good paint quality, very good level and quality of details. However, at the $90 price point for two cars and two trailers, I'm not necessarily overwhelmed with this model. Compared to some of the other models in my collections, like from LS models, I think this one specifically lacks some tiny finishing touches. So that's my personal opinion. Thank you very much, and happy model railroading.